Hello, my friends. It's Elaine here, the Animal Reiki Lady. It is so nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be watching from in this beautiful wide world. So I have something interesting planned for you guys. I'm going to take the next few days and try to help you make connections with your animal companion on the other side. But first, let me give you a little background, especially if this is the first time you're catching one of my videos. My name is Elaine. I'm an animal Reiki master, and I help people make really deep spiritual healing connections with the animals in their life. And that includes animals who have crossed to the other side. And in fact, this channel is primarily devoted to all of the animals who have crossed to the other side. And let me give you a little bit of background about that. So first of all, as an animal Reiki master, I teach people how to make these types of connections, which is why I want to teach you as well. Honestly, it's what I live for, is to be able to teach and help everybody make these connections. So I hope this is a really good experience for you, because I'd like to do 5 videos right in a row designed to help you make the connection that you want with your animal who's crossed to the other side. So let me give you a little bit of background. So as an animal Reiki master, I also do different types of healing treatments for different animals. And it naturally evolved that I work with animals who are aging, terminally ill, disabled. So I'll give you some examples. These are some of my beautiful, beautiful, they were either fosters or dogs who I shared my home with who have crossed to the other side. So this is the paw print of the beautiful Jake. And here we have my Jack who crossed in December. There we go. These are all just little symbols, reminders for me. My beautiful Lucy, who is the inspiration behind all of these videos. It was Lucy, when Lucy crossed in August of 2020, that I first started to understand the type of connection that I had with animals on the other side. And of course, as always, my beautiful soul dog, Winston, my handsome Winston, who I always keep close and dear to me by my heart. And I share these things with you because I want you to know that I understand everything that you are feeling. All of the animals that I've worked with, whether they've been fosters or sometimes I fostered for medical rehabs, I called it. So dogs who were unable to rehabilitate in their own homes, and they would spend months at a time with me. But I know exactly what happens. I understand the different ways that our animals cross. And I understand the grief and the guilt and the regrets that we often have. But more than anything, I understand the love. And as I started to work with these animals, as they began to cross over, Lucy being the very first one who really made a profound connection with me and kind of opened the door, they began to talk to me. There's no other way around it. They began to speak to me. And I began to receive messages that I feel compelled to share. Now, it's not the way that people think of with typical like mediumship. I love the Long Island medium, right? She's so much fun to watch. She's such a joy. She shares such beautiful messages of hope and she works primarily with people, but for me, it works a little bit differently. So I don't necessarily receive the information that you are looking for. So people ask me to make connections, and I do, I promise. I love being able to do this. And people ask me all the time for birds and turtles and dogs and cats and horses. Can you connect with them and tell me what they have to say? But the information you're looking for is something different than the information that they share. Most frequently, they share broad, beautiful messages of love and hope, and they inspire us to let go of our fear, to know that they're still with us. There's so much. If you go back and watch any of the videos, you know that there is so much that they share with us. But it's not things like, well, my favorite food was salmon, or please, I always wanted to play with my favorite yellow ball. It just doesn't quite work that way for me. The messages they share with me are more messages of amazing, amazing messages of hope and love and peace. But what I truly know is that they want to connect with you. So the messages that you're looking for, you can receive from them if we learn how to open our heart, learn how to open our mind, learn how to listen with the ears of love, learn how to listen with our hearts. You can receive the messages that you specifically are looking for from your animal companion who has crossed to the other side. So that's why I want to do this. I want to share over the next couple days methods that you can use for you to personally learn how to make these connections. And it's going to include a guided visualization. So what is that? I tell a little story, I take you on a thought journey, and you follow along with the story, and you just take 5 minutes. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes to devote this time, 5 minutes. You devote this time to yourself. You give yourself permission to make these connections. I will tell you that the number one reason, it's not the number one, but it's one of the big reasons that people don't make connections with animals who cross to the other side, and it's fear. It's fear of rejection. What if they were angry with me when they crossed? What if they don't want to talk to me? Fear of ridicule. What will people think if I do this? Well, nobody needs to know. This is between you and your animal companion. I happen to broadcast it all over the world, but that's just me because I have completely let go of all fear of ridicule. So fear of ridicule, fear of rejection, fear that what if they've already come back? What if they came back and I missed them? What if they don't love me anymore? What if they were mad at me? There's all kinds of these fears that run through our mind. And we can just set those fears aside because they don't carry any of those human-made ideas across to the other side. When they cross to the other side, if they were unconditionally loving before, I have no words to describe the amount of unconditional love that they share with us from the other side. And I want you to be able to feel that so much. So today, the first thing we're going to do is a little guided visualization. This is a guided visualization to help you. Now, be tender with yourself. Please be gentle with yourself. Don't worry if you people fear the word meditation, which is why I use the word visualization. I'm going to take you on a little thought journey because people think that they don't know how to meditate, or they'll meditate wrong, or something won't work. Let all that go. Just let it go. Don't judge yourself. I promise you, I didn't start meditating until I was in my 50s. And even then, I thought I wasn't doing it right. And it took me a long time to practice. But this is why I can guide you through it. I can guide you through it. And every single one of these videos for the next 5 videos is going to include a little guided journey that you can go on with me to help you make the connection with your animal companion. And we'll talk about other things too. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of ways that you can start to make these connections. So let's, what I'd like you to do is to get someplace where you can be comfortable. You can be seated, you can be lying down. If you're driving, come back to this later. It's not something that you're going to want to do as you're trying to keep yourself occupied otherwise, because I'm going to want you to fully relax, close your eyes, and we're going to make this kind of connection. This is our first attempt for you to make a connection with your animal companion. So I have this little story here that I'm going to share with you. Hold on. Let's find my little story. Okay, if you can be someplace comfy, where's my story? Okay, this is called the Peaceful Flower Meditation. And don't worry about the word meditation. This is the story that I'm going to tell you. So find a place that's comfortable and quiet, seated or lying down. And I want you to take a few minutes to consciously focus on your breath. Our breath is actually one of the best ways that we can begin to connect with animals, because the air is shared. Think of this. The oxygen that we breathe in is shared with every other living thing and everything that has crossed to the other side. So take a few nice deep breaths. Nice deep breaths. Just breathe in and allow your body to enjoy the pleasant sensation of focused breath, allowing your lungs to fill, do the job they were meant to do. Let your cells do a little happy dance as you fill them with all that beautiful oxygen. Just focus on your breath. Don't worry about any distracting thoughts. We all have that little chatter that goes on in the back of our mind. Don't worry about it, because for the next few minutes, the next 5 minutes, set the intention that you are giving this time to yourself and giving this time to your animal companion. You're going to devote the next few minutes to your animal companion. And I always speak of them in the present tense, by the way, always in the present tense, because they never actually leave us. They may leave their little physical body. They never leave our sides. Breathe in. Breathe out. Give yourself permission to relax. There is nothing in these next few minutes that needs your attention. There is no one that needs your attention other than your animal companion. As you continue to gently breathe at your own pace, I invite you to imagine that there is a beautiful flower in your mind. Just imagine in your mind a beautiful flower blossom. So it's a flower that hasn't yet bloomed. It's curled up tight, and its many petals represent all the different thoughts that you hold about your animal companion. And as you continue to gently breathe, imagine that this blossom flows ever so gently from your mind and drops into your heart. And as it drops into your heart, allow the flower to begin to open. Allow it to fully blossom. Imagine that the love that you hold in your heart allows the petals of this flower to relax and open. And in your heart is now a beautiful flower that's full of love and light and wisdom. And as this flower continues to gently open, allow yourself to let go of all your fears, all your worries, all judgment, all sadness. Just let it go. This flower has filled your heart with a lightness and a peace that you haven't felt for a very long time. This flower is so pure that all feelings of grief, of guilt, of regret instantly dissolve. And in your mind, I want you to say these words with me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Say them with feeling, allowing your heart to open wide to the universe. Be so grateful for this beautiful sense of peace that has begun to wash over you. And now bring to your mind your animal's heart. It's been here all along. And imagine that in your animal's heart is a flower of even more brilliance and peace. It is so full of loving, healing energy that it glows all around them. And now imagine that together, your two flowers unite. You become one heart as you bask in the beautiful light and peace with your animal companion. Notice how full your heart feels, how open you feel, how healing it feels just to share this heart space with your animal companion. And in this beautiful space, if you like, you may say anything you like to your beautiful animal. You may tell them something you wished that you had said in life. You may ask them a question, or you may simply stay here and enjoy this peaceful, comforting calm of being in their presence. You can stay here for as long as you like. And when you're ready, thank your animal for showing and sharing their heart. Thank them for showing you that they never leave you. Thank them for just being. And we're going to set an intention to finish, but know that you can return to this space at any time. You can call to mind this flower in your heart, and you can bring instantly to mind the flower from your animal. You can connect with them in this way any time you wish. And now I'd like you to begin to return your focus to your body. We do this by taking a cleansing breath. We focus on our body. We stretch, we breathe. We begin to gently move or sway, roll our shoulders, knowing our animal is always with us in our heart. And now I want you to take a moment and think about anything that your animal may have shared with you. You can do so with your eyes closed or with your eyes open. You can pick up a pen and a notebook if you want, or a little note card. Just think about any thoughts that you want to remember. You can write down any thoughts or any feelings, anything that your animal shared. Just give this some serious thought. What is it that they shared with you? And for those of you who may not have opened your eyes, you may want to do so right now. Just gently open your eyes, return your focus to the present. This was our first attempt to connect. So again, treat yourself with tenderness. Don't worry if it didn't go as quickly or as smoothly, or you didn't make quite the kind of connection you thought you would make. This will come with time. You are devoted to your animal companion. More than that, your animal is devoted to you, and they will continue to make everything possible. They will continue to try to connect with you. They will smooth the way so that you can make this connection. We're going to pick up again tomorrow, but until then, may the animals light your way. Take care.